Hello, and welcome back again. Bit of an odd one this time. As I said, we're going to finish off talking about knives in this section on improvised weapons. Now, it's odd to talk about a knife in an improvised weapon because it's very clearly a weapon. I mean, it's also a tool and all the rest of it, but it is, particularly something like the Bowie knife here, very much designed to kill people. So it's odd to include it in this. However, there's a lot of things, if you pick them up and they're sharp, whether it's blocking glass, tiles, you know, any number of things that act kind of like a knife. So people always want to include it in with this body of work on improvised weapons. Generally we don't tend to, because we cover knife in other areas. We cover it when we're looking at a cutlass. We cover it when we're looking at some of the Renaissance Italian work has knives in it, so we tend to let that knife work speak for itself. Very much of its time rather than street defense, but people still want to talk about it a lot. And absolutely sure, you can talk about knives and bring those in, but the problem is, the minute you start looking at something that is picked up and is going to cut, it's much harder to claim it as a self-defense weapon. Just simply, the minute you start slicing somebody open, it's going to be a lot harder to convince a jury that you had no intent to actually cause more harm than was necessary. Yeah, if you smack somebody around the head with a brick, even that you're going to find easier to defend than if you pick something up and stab it in the side of their neck. So generally I mention knives and we cover knives and we look at knife defense, but it's not something I would encourage under this body of work, and instead study in different areas. It's much better just to stick to blunter things you can tie somebody up, do a bit of damage, take somebody down from a self-defense point of view, and that's really where our improvised weapon stuff fits together. So, sadly, no knife work today, but we have already done the Italian stuff, so if you want to go and look at Italian knife dueling, feel free, it'll be on our YouTube page. We will, in fact, in the near future, I suspect, be doing some stuff on dirk, which comes from the broadsword syllabus, so we'll be looking at some knife combat there as well. But this is not the day for knives. But hopefully you've enjoyed this series where we've been looking at improvised weapons. It's given you a bit of food for thought, some stuff to go away and try and have a play with. And we will be back very shortly with our next series, whatever that turns out to be. It will be whatever I think of next week when I come to record this video. But until then, have a great time, stay safe.